we'll give it a couple and let people have a chance to get in here. Give it a couple minutes or so. Um, how's everybody doing? Hopefully, get a couple people in here. 6:30 Thursday night. Hopefully, we don't have too many people at soccer practice, that kind of thing. I apologize in advance for my voice. I'm getting over a small head cold, so yeah. But oh, let me plug this in here. So we're gonna bust some myths tonight about couponing. We're gonna talk about I think kind of the top 10 myths that exist about couponing and sort of where they came from and whether or not they're true. And we'll have a cocktail, and if you have questions about couponing, you can ask me. If you have questions about plant-based diet, you can ask me, and I'll do what I can. Any other questions that you guys have, feel free. This is kind of an ask me anything, just casual. This is just about empty. I was planning on having a cocktail for our little cocktail hour, and David very nicely made me one a little over a half hour ago. So this is almost empty now. But he made me, he told me, well, he's calling it a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. It is chocolate almond milk. What else did he say was in it? Bourbon cream from the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and a shot of peanut butter whiskey, and like a little bit of hot cocoa powder, and he mixed it up, and he knows I like hot drinks, so he made it a hot drink. So this was really good. This will take your cold away for sure. So hi Vicky. Yeah, if you guys are gonna have a cocktail with me, put in the chat there what you're drinking. I'll be curious to know what everybody's having this evening. I was gonna be lazy and just have a glass of wine, but I'll take this. This is pretty good. Hopefully everybody's having a good week. You're ready to talk about some couponing. I keep being afraid. I'm like watching that candle back there. Like, I don't want to end up as one of the YouTubers, like something catches on fire behind me while I'm doing it live. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, 6:33. Should we get started? All right. We'll go ahead and get started. People can jump in if they come in. All right, we're going to talk tonight about couponing myths and kind of where they came from. And I'm just going to do like a brief thing. It's not going to be very long, but some things that I thought, when I started first couponing or like, you watch the show Extreme Couponing for a while and you kind of get certain ideas about it. And so I just wanted to talk about, some of this type of things. So the first myth that I think, here's a myth busted. I bought a book on clearance for 45 cents, 2 Little Welch's candies, and used the $1 off for the Welch's candy. I thought my total was 9 cents. $1 off. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you can definitely get your own myths busted at Dollar General for sure. If you think, you've got your total one way, and they definitely have a way of crushing your soul sometimes. They really do. But anyway, yeah, I think the biggest myth that starts out, especially from watching old episodes of Extreme Couponing, is that you can get everything for free. You see people come on with their big, huge stockpiles that take up a whole room, and they tell you instantly, I didn't pay for any of this. This is all free. Everything in my life is free. I don't buy anything unless I can get it for free. And that's not true. We know that's not true. Now, there are a lot of things that you can get for free, and that's going to be number 2. But you can't get every single item for free. It's just not possible. A lot of items like meat, produce, things like that don't often have coupons that would make them free or anything like that. Now you can definitely get discounts on more things than you think. For instance, there are a lot of, even on Ibotta, the Ibotta app has rebates for some produce items. Apples, I know, are on there right now. Watermelon, you can get 10 cents back. There's even coupons on meat products and stuff like that. But very rarely do those items become a freebie. Now, can you get all of your household products for free? I'm sure you could if you really, really worked hard and did every transaction perfectly, but even that would be kind of a stretch. I think, there are people who do it really, really well, but getting every item for free, I think is kind of a long shot. But that brings me to number 2, which is some people believe that you can't get anything for free. They believe the opposite of the show. They see the reality show and they're like, that's all BS. Like, people don't go to the store and get stuff for free. Well, if you guys have watched our channel or, any other couponing, YouTube channel worth its salt, if you've watched those for any amount of time, you absolutely can get stuff for free. Quite a bit, actually. Just like I said, not everything. For instance, Ibotta always has week to week, just items for free, freebie items that, just require you to purchase it, submit your receipt, and they give you the money back. It's, it's a rebate. So, free items like that. Especially, I think people get this idea from watching the show where they walk out of the store and you can see the bottom of their receipt and their receipt says $0. That, I think, almost never happens anymore, because couponing has become so much more digital than it has paper coupon focused. So many of our discounts and savings rely on things like rebate apps where you're getting the money back after you've made the purchase. You just don't walk out of the store anymore with a $0 total on your receipt. That just is not really a thing. So, you can't get everything for free, but you can get more than you think. So I think that's kind of a happy medium. Like all things, couponing requires balance. That brings me to number 3, which is something that I thought for a long time. And I'm so ashamed of, that you have to buy the cheapest products, the worst of the worst, generic, just crappy versions of things, which is really embarrassing because when I was not couponing, so there was a time in my life when I would go to the store with a grocery list and I would buy things and I would have no coupons and I would pay money and I would leave, and that was the end of the shopping experience. And that is insanity to me to think of, and how many years I did that. But anyway, yes, there was a time when that happened, and that time of my life was the time where I was being the cheapest, so to speak. I was, looking at, okay, what's the shampoo that's on sale this week that is, as cheap as I can possibly get it. That's when I was buying the really dirt cheap stuff. It was not when I became a couponer. When I became a couponer, it was the first time in my life where I'd actually gotten to try really expensive brands for the first time. So that's kind of a fun myth to bust because, I always thought, like, whatever you have coupons for, it's going to be, no, whatever you have coupons for is stuff that, they want you to buy, and it could be anything. So, it's definitely not the stuff that's at the Dollar Tree for, 99 cents, right? Like, that's already as cheap as it's going to be. Stuff that has coupons is pricey stuff. So, or at least pricier usually. So Nexus, brands like that, things that were, really, really expensive. I didn't try those until I was a couponer. Now, I know what brands I like, and I can, stock up on those when I have coupons available and have a stockpile of my favorite brands, which I've never gotten to do before. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, number 4. This one's also one that I believed for a while too, is that you can't eat healthy as a couponer. You have to buy snacks and cakes and chips and pop and or soda, and you have to buy all the garbage food because healthy food does not have coupons. And there is some truth to that, but same as with the shampoo, I didn't try some of the more um, healthy things at the store until I became a couponer. Especially with the rebate apps, a lot of things in the organic section, a lot of things in the vegetarian and vegan sections, gluten-free, keto, all of that. They really want you to try out those products, and there are usually rebates back on a lot of them, and sometimes they match up with your Kroger cash back, sometimes they match up with coupons that are coming out. So it just really depends. But I didn't try like 4.99 brands of crackers or things like that until I had these discounts off that made them free or super cheap. So uh healthy eating, yeah, it can definitely be done. Now, like I said at the beginning, produce, things like that, discounts and savings on those are more limited, but they do happen. And same with meat. You can buy meat on closeout. You can buy meat manager special. There are sometimes coupons on meat. Sometimes, especially Kroger is really good about doing buy one, get one. So it just depends if that's part of your healthy eating plan. Um, there are ways to do that. But overall, yes, meat and produce can be a little tougher, but there are ways around that. And especially with things like frozen, there's a lot of often, especially at Kroger, there's a lot of rebates back on things like bird's eye, frozen vegetables, instead of fresh. So there are ways around that too. So yes, you can eat healthy as a couponer. One myth that is sort of true, sort of not, is that you can get what you need on your grocery list this week. So, I was always curious about couponing, especially after I watched the Extreme Couponing show. I really wanted to try it. I was like, oh, I could do that. That looks like so much fun. And I would start out the process of looking at different coupons or what was available, and it wouldn't match anything on my list. Like this week I'm making tacos and burgers, and we'll have pizza on Friday, and nothing really matched up with what I was making. So I was like, hey, or it did, and I would see, like, hey, there's gonna be $1 off sour cream. I need sour cream for my taco night, but it's not as cheap as the store brand, so why wouldn't I just buy the store brand? And then I didn't really understand how couponing worked. So what I think is the myth here is that you're going to go to the store every time and you're going to get exactly what you need on your grocery list. That's not really how couponing works. Now, if something on your grocery list that week matches up, if you can get some savings on those items, absolutely, that's, the best of both worlds. But really, you're buying for the future when you're doing that. You're buying for the next time you're going to need toothpaste, or you're buying for the next time you're going to need coffee creamer or something like that. Now, you don't, I guess I'll just go to the next one. The next one is you don't need a stockpile. And it's true, you do not have to have a stockpile to be a couponer, but you are sort of buying when the deals happen, and they're not always going to happen, in coinciding with what you need. For example, I've needed some cleaning products for a while now, and we're in the middle of a pandemic and not likely to get coupons on cleaning products anytime soon because they know people are going to be buying them anyway. So it won't always coincide. But the next one is you don't have to have a stockpile, and I kind of already talked about that, but you do not have to have a stockpile in order to be a couponer. Your level of couponing, you can do it with as simple, as a small shelf that you dedicate somewhere in your house just for the little extras that you pick up. But honestly, it depends on how hard you want to go. Like anything, if you put your heart and soul into it and you do every store every week, you're going to need more space. But If you go casually and you clip a couple here and there, and you really just stock up on, you can even just pick one or two items that are your items that your household spends the most on. So, for example, if you really love Bounty paper towels, right? Like that's your go-to brand and your household runs through paper towels like nobody's business. You can say, okay, I'm not going to be a hoarder of all things, but I am going to dedicate this one space in my linen closet to paper towels. And when I see a good deal or when we get good coupons, I'm going to add a couple packages in there. And that's just one way to be a couponer and not have to dedicate a whole stockpile in your home to that. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, Number 6, I don't even know. 7, you can spend, or you have to spend hours researching your deals every week. And that is probably, at least at this point in time, in 2021, that is the biggest myth of all. If you watch any YouTube channels on couponing, or um, really, I don't know, if you follow anybody, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever the case may be, the work is pretty much done for you. A lot of people have printable lists. There are deals for every store you can think of: Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Walmart, Kroger, Walgreens, Target. I'm sure somebody does Giant Eagle. So wherever you shop, there's probably a video for you, maybe even a printable list. The work has pretty much been done. Really, if you want to coupon, all you have to do is go follow the deals and find a way to get the coupons that you need. And that's pretty much been done. So, if couponing is of interest to you, now is the time. The content is out there for you. So researching, spending 10, 12 hours like some people used to. I mean, that's what YouTubers and people like me are there for. We're there to do the work for you. Um Number 8, you can only get good deals on things like toothpaste and shampoo. And again, it comes from a place of truth. We almost never have to pay for toothpaste or shampoo as couponers, just because those things tend to be free so often. Or razors. Razors is a good one. But if you followed Financial Phoenix for any amount of time, you know that we've gotten deals on everything from meat to laptops to big tubs of Gain Flings to, there's crazy deals on everything. And you can get everything for free occasionally. You just can't depend on it always. But yeah, so there's a lot more than just toothpaste and razors. And sometimes the deals aren't there for a certain store. If Dollar General, for example, is your place that you love to coupon, there every week is not going to be a winner at Dollar General. It's just not, and that's a fact that even I have to face. But some weeks the deals just aren't there, and that's okay. But most of the time you'll be able to find, something that you need or could stockpile, could set aside for later. Um, you know, if you have multiple stores around you, if you have at least one or two. Number 9, your trans. Oh, number 9 and number 10, kind of both sort of stem from the show. I feel like the Extreme Couponing show gave a lot of, put a lot of these myths out there. One of which is that your transaction will always go smoothly. Now, if you've ever seen the show, people get in line and there's nobody behind them, and they, or they'll cordon off the line for them. They have a couple of carts set aside. The managers are helping check them out. They have 2 or 3 lines going. Like, that's just not real life, everybody. Like, I don't care how big your transaction is at the store. It's just not always going to go that way. And the important thing as a couponer, and I've had to learn this lesson myself, is to just decide where the line is for you, where you're going to you know argue back, I guess, is the is the way to put it. when I first started out couponing, I would go in feeling very confident and I was ready to go, and I would get up there and I would have my stuff and my transaction ready, and something would go right and my total would be off, and I would say, no, 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 it's supposed to be this, and I would go through it and show them, every single step of the way. They do not care. They are not there for that. That is not their job, to deal with this crazy person. But more often than not, uh, I was either wrong or or whatever the case may be. So find a way to be cool with your transaction not always going correctly. Now, if you're off by $5-10, that's something that you don't want to let go every time. That's going to add up. Even a couple of dollars can add up, but honestly, like, if you're off by 50 cents, let it go. Let it go. It's not worth it. And I had to tell myself that because I was very excited going into the store and I wanted to, see that total the way I had imagined it in my head. But at a certain point, you got to let that fantasy go. And, if you're getting the amount of savings that we typically get on a, regular transaction, just live with it. Live with what you're getting. Yeah. So hold up the line if you have to, if it's really important, but, just decide where your line is. But your transactions will not always go smoothly. You will get a difficult cashier. You will get a difficult manager who doesn't know the coupon policy, and that's a tough day. But don't let it discourage you from couponing, because couponing is fun. That is the lesson to take away here. And the last one is that store employees hate couponers. Yeah, and they can be difficult, but I don't think that they all hate couponers. I'm in the stores every week. So I've made decent friends with some of my cashiers. Some would rather not see me again. But, I've made pretty good friends with some of the cashiers in my local Dollar Generals, even Kroger. So just be kind to them. Think about them. If you are in there a lot, just keep them in mind. Fill out their surveys, whatever they need you to do. Try to have their back like they have your back. And it's a rough job. I don't envy it. So yeah. So I don't think they all do. I have certainly met a couple who do, but overall, I think like most people are nice. Most cashiers, most managers want you to succeed. They don't care that you're couponing. They just don't want their store, to be backed up or things, to go wrong. So anyway, that's number 10. That's all of my couponing myths busted tonight. Does anyone have any questions for me about couponing or anything just on your mind you want to talk about? I've got a couple of minutes here. Yeah, I'll probably be here. I can stay till like 7 or so. So you guys have any questions? What about, we were doing the new plant-based diet, which is going well. David actually had to go to urgent care today. I think he might have a kidney stone, but he did, and they weighed him, and he's down 21 pounds it's been almost 2 weeks. Be 2 weeks on Sunday. So almost 21 pounds in 2 weeks, which is kind of crazy. I haven't weighed myself since last week, but I'll do so at the end of the week, and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, you guys have any questions or anything? Hi. Oh, there's the chat. I guess it wasn't showing up for me. Aw, thank you, LaShonda. I'm so glad that it's helpful for you. Hi, Gina. I was not seeing this chat at all. Now I'm seeing it. Okay, hang on. Let me scroll back here. I think I missed a question. But the cashier kept looking at the screen and said, huh, it says I owe you 9 cents. So she handed me a dime. So do they pay overage? No, they don't pay overage. I don't know. I mean, maybe your cashier didn't know the policy or didn't understand, their policy is that Dollar General's is that they do not pay overage. So basically, if I purchase something for $1 and I have a $2 off coupon, I need to have something else in my cart, something else in my transaction to soak up that overage. So, if I purchase something for $1, I have a coupon for $2, I need to get something else in there that's going to take up that overage, and it'll apply to whatever other item is in my order. So that's the way it's supposed to be done at Dollar General. I don't know any store that pays you money if they owe it to you, to walk out the door. Most stores will either not allow overage at all or will allow it to apply to other items in your cart, but will not pay you. So I don't know, but that's interesting. Um, I feel like her manager probably didn't want that to happen, but I don't know. Anybody have any questions now that I can see the chat? Gina, thank you for subscribing. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you. Hi from Washington. Does anyone want me to go over any of the myths again? Are you just now tuning in and you want to hear me run through them one more time? Just came. Hi, Kathleen. So the basics are you can get everything for free, which you can't, and you can't get anything for free. You can't get everything for free when you're a couponer, but you can get a lot more than you think. So those are kind of two myths right at the beginning there. You don't have to buy the cheapest products, and in fact, some of the better products, healthier, better shampoo, better things like that, you can get by couponing. You don't have to spend hours researching anymore if you watch YouTubers. You can even get printable lists and stuff that way. You can get good deals on things other than just toothpaste and shampoo. There are other good deals out there, and your transactions will not always go smoothly, and cashiers don't automatically hate you. So that's kind of the 2-second rundown there. Anybody else have any couponing questions? The longer you keep me on here, the longer I get to avoid going downstairs and playing video games with my children. So, you can just keep me here. We can keep drinking. All right, no questions then. I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys, those of you who showed up for the cocktails and couponing. Let me know in the comments, even if you're seeing this after the fact, let me know in the comments if you like this, if you want to see more of these. I'm hoping that we'll get chattier maybe if we keep drinking. I would love to take some of your guys' questions. But let me know if this was helpful to you, if you want to see more of these. We could do this on a weekly, basis if you like the time. Yeah, so let me know. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you later.